Tempted to do a little more stretching. Don't think I'm going to do a whole lot of stretching, but I'm going to do a little more stretching. Should probably take a time and do some stretching. I'm feeling a little sick or stiff this morning. Feels kind of almost good because I don't have to run off to work and stretch my sore body or abuse my sore body with work. Should I go sunglasses? Be a little funny wearing sunglasses. No work clothes today. You're right. Good morning, Lisa Olson. Good morning. Somebody's telling me I'm late. Best Storm, I am late. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Chris and Dawn and Jack. And there's a bear behind me. Where? It's coming at me. Snarling teeth. Great to be with you. Gonna eat me for dinner. Or just kind of beat me around like a volleyball, that bear would. We've got grizzlies and black bears. Both have to be respected. Grizzlies, they both have to be respected. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with either type of bear. I think the fight would last less long with a grizzly. So maybe, in some ways, that would be better. Don't like to think about it too much because it can really happen up here. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Mike Mahoney wants to know, what state do I live in? I'm coming at you. And it's interesting you ask, what state do I live in? I don't even know. Wyoming. And I don't know if I live here, and I don't know what the definition of live is. And that sounds weird, I know. Or do I still live in Illinois, even though I'm in Wyoming for 5 months? Any advice for Father's Day? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I always really enjoyed Father's Day, and it's going to be hard for me this Sunday because I'm going to be away from my 4 beautiful kids. I'm coming at you from Yellowstone National Park, where I've been working. Look at that, it's pretty with the sunrise. The last few weeks as a server at the dining room in the Mammoth Hot Springs Hotel. And working hard, working a lot of hours, appreciating the value of work and appreciating the value of some time off. But anyway, again, it is good morning to you. It is Thursday morning. It is 7:48 a.m. It is June 13th. Could be June 13th. I don't know. You guys can correct me if you want on that. But anyway, happy Thursday. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some experiences, some ups and downs we have in life. Hopefully more ups than downs, but sometimes the challenge is June 14th. Make the best stories. So I share them as well. Hold on, I'm going to have to sneeze. Let me check this out. My sneeze is oven coming too, so be ready. It's Friday. Is it Friday? It is Friday. I think I wrote Friday when I said, yeah, it's Friday, June 14th. You're right. The U.S. Open started yesterday. I went out last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get going a little bit. Thank you. For those that have been watching a while, you know this isn't just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to take my first sip at this very late hour for me. And I'll tell you what, good morning, Linda Myers. Thank you. It felt good to be sleeping in this morning, I'll tell you that. But I'm still excited to have my first sip of coffee, and my hope is that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's 55 degrees here right now. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. The sun is shining. I got Birkenstocks on and no socks. So again, I talked about the weather here before. I think the weather feels a whole world different than it does back in the suburbs of Chicago, where I'm from. You know, at 55 degrees, it's still relatively cool, and you might wear jeans and a light coat even. And I'm here again with shorts and a t-shirt. It feels kind of funny. But I think the sun, I think there's, because we're, 7,000-8,000 feet up, the radiation, less of it or more of it gets through because there's less to go through, less atmosphere. And it just feels weird, and it feels nice, and there's no humidity. And it's just looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. It's funny, I see a tour bus across the way, and a lot of tour companies take tourists through Yellowstone and stop at the various stops like Old Faithful and West Yellowstone and Canyon and Lake, and of course Mammoth Hot Springs. And yesterday I told you I work in the dining room. I work the breakfast shift. The manager gives us a little huddle before we start, and she said she didn't think any tours were coming through. And I go, so it's going to be a slow morning? And I was relieved because I'd worked 2 shifts prior. I worked the lunch and dinner shift prior, and I was ready for a slow shift. And before I knew it, before the doors opened, we had a line, big line out front. And apparently a few different buses dropped off their people right around open time, and they all came over, all decided they wanted to eat at the same time and have their breakfast and then get ready for their day. And I wasn't ready for them. I was not ready for them. My section was filled immediately, and there was a few extra tables that I got as well, and I got overwhelmed and swamped, and I didn't feel like a waiter anymore. I felt like I needed to be a high-speed accountant and checking people in and, putting their bills together, getting their bills paid. And it was just it was total chaos for me. And I wouldn't say I bragged to my boss and my fellow employees. I might have been the worst waiter ever yesterday morning. I had a hard time keeping track of who was who and what customers had paid and who was getting what and everything, because I went from 0 to about 8 tables in 5 minutes. And 8 tables is really hard to keep track of, and the tables would come and go, and again, they were excited to eat, but excited to get out and see the beautiful things that were going on in Yellowstone. And I was a mess. And I worked the lunch shift, but then I had off. And it felt so good to have last night off, and it feels so good to have today and tomorrow off. Let's have a little more coffee. It's my, I guess it's my Friday, or I guess this is my Saturday. That's what they say here. No reason to be sorry. I'm getting better. For a while, and it's hard for me because I try and do a great job, and I didn't do a great job yesterday, and I felt overmatched, and I don't like being overmatched. I want to make my customers as happy as possible and give everybody a great dining experience and be the world's best waiter. But the truth of the matter is I'm not the world's best waiter, but I try and do what I can and try and be the best I can, and I promise you I was trying. But I couldn't keep track. I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. Fortunately, we have a nice buffet, so most of the customers could help themselves. And that made it okay. I mean, they all got their food. They just didn't all get their bills, so I doubt they're complaining. Will you be on tomorrow on my day off? Well, it's my day off today, and I'm on today, and I haven't missed a show in probably 2 months, so I probably will. What did I do last night? You said I went out. I did go out. Let's have a little coffee. I have a friend, a worker friend I work with, nice guy from Tennessee, I'll say that much, but nice guy. And I told him about a bar I'd gone to in Gardner, Montana, which was just down the hill and a place a lot of us go fairly often. and he didn't have to work last night and wanted to check out the bar I was talking about. It was a bar with a beautiful patio along the river. Usually play pretty good music, and I just think a real nice scene. And as we were talking about it at work, Mike says everyone should have to work in the service industry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if everyone's made for the service industry, Mike. And we're not, I mean, everyone, it'd be a good experience for everybody. I think it makes you, teaches you things for sure. It teaches you how to multitask. But if you're struggling with multitasking, and some of us do, and I probably do sometimes, you got to keep track of a whole bunch of different things as a waiter in a hurry. They're not life and death things. They're not brain surgery or anything like that. But you got to remember that this table wanted orange juice, and that table needs a steak knife, and that table's ready to go, and that table needs their credit card, and this table's waiting on their food, and that table asked for butter. And again, nothing life and death. But you want to make their experience as positive as possible. And when I go into a restaurant, I don't like waiting for coffee, honestly. And when I used to drink alcohol, I don't drink alcohol anymore. It's been 2.5 years plus. I keep saying 2.5 years. It's funny, everybody talks about drinking day by day. I call it 2.5 years, but really it's 2 years and 10 months or no, 8 months. So 2 months past that. So I don't keep track of the days. I think that would be hard. All right, Best Storm, have a great day. But anyway, my buddy and I were planning to go out, and I'd mentioned it to a woman we work with, a nice young lady. And she had the night off, and she wanted to go. And pretty soon we had a nice little group going. Took a couple cars down to Gardner, Montana. Went to the bar with a nice patio. Had a drink there. I had a non-alcoholic Heineken. Heineken Zero. Girl next to me goes, "Wait, I thought you didn't drink." I go, "Well, it doesn't have any alcohol, but it tastes really good." And went to a couple different bars, grabbed a nice juicy hamburger at one, and then it was kind of fun. Went to I don't even know what the bar was called, but they had a couple pool tables in there, and we started playing team pool. And I don't play pool. I used to play pool a bit. I used to hang out in bars a lot, and have played my share of pool, so I know how to play. But I hadn't played in at least 10 years, and I hadn't lost that much. I still kind of was pretty okay. Certainly not great, but pretty okay. And but it was fun. And we were playing mixed couples, and I played with a real young girl that I didn't even know, but she was with the group, and she was kind of standing there watching, and I needed a partner, so I recruited her, and she did real well, and we were competitive and had a lot of fun. Problem with me, again, I talk about a lot of things, but I'm like ultra competitive. I get very hard on myself when I miss a shot, and it sounds silly probably to you. When I miss a shot or don't do well, or I deal okay with losing a game, but I really don't want to lose. I'd really like to win, and I always expect to make every shot and be the hero and run the table and bring us back from the I don't know, the jowls of loss and turn the game around, and it doesn't always happen. But we had a lot of fun, and it was neat going out with these people and talking to them outside of work a little bit more. And again, everybody's here from a different place. Somebody was asking me at lunch yesterday, why does it say Ken from Illinois, and why do we all wear name tags from different places? It's because there's nobody that really lives around here. They don't have a population of young people waiting to wait tables or clean toilets or work in the general store or work at the gas station or man the front desk at the hotel, because really nobody lives here. The closest town is Gardner. That's 4 miles away, and that's probably only a town of 3,000 or 4,000, and they all have businesses to take care of. So we're all here to take care of the tourists, because there isn't really a population. and therefore they got to recruit from all over. Good morning, RJ. And it kind of creates a neat experience. Yeah, Linda says she loves the mountains. So beautiful, a slow-paced living. Well, it is today, Linda. It is today. But the last few days it hasn't been. Where do the seasonal employees live while there? We all work for a big corporation that handles the management, I guess, of all the business that is involved inside the park. And they give us dorms, honestly. They're all right behind the hotels and behind the dining rooms, and all a walk to our workplaces. And we have roommates, and we have communal bathrooms. And I live on the second floor, and the men's bathroom's on the first. So as a 55-year-old guy that's got to pee at least once a night, that's one of the biggest challenges, I'd say. That and being away from my kids, of working here, is just kind of the communal living. Kind of feels like college. Again, you have roommates and people working on different schedules and everyone learning to play nice and get along. Do they offer any other national parks to go to transfer to? They sure do. They sure do. This company also runs Glacier, Death Valley, Grand Canyon, and a handful of others that you've all heard of that would be pretty neat. I think I'm really fortunate to be in this specific spot in Yellowstone. I think if I was working at one of the more centrally located destination spots in Yellowstone, like Old Faithful, I think I would be okay at because it's so popular and so bustling. But I talked about it the other day. Good morning, Kelly. When I went to Lake Yellowstone, it was hard for me. Because it was romantic and it was quiet and it was beautiful and it was along the lake and the hotel was beautiful and fancy and it'd be the perfect place to go on a honeymoon or with the woman or husband or wife of your dreams and sit and have a glass of wine and watch the waves crash and go for a stroll and maybe take a hike and go to bed early and just a perfect, quiet, romantic getaway. And as a guy that is fairly recently divorced, who doesn't drink alcohol anymore, I felt it kind of lonely. And I think I'd have a hard time working there because I like the activity. This is a community as I pulled in, and it's not a big community, but I see a little gas station. It's a really cute little gas station over there, and the general store, and the grill, and the dining room, and the hotel, and the post office. So it's with the little road that runs through it with kind of a steady stream of traffic. Rockin' Robin said, once the stint is over, will you move on to another park or go back home? And a young lady I was with last night was asking everybody at the table. A lot of the people I'm working with are planning on doing some traveling or saving up some money or going to different locations. I heard somebody say they want to go to Mexico. Somebody say they want to go to Europe. Do a lot of traveling. I think there's a lot of, I don't know if I should call them free spirits or not that work here, but I think I might have been the only parent in the group. So I don't mean grounded in a good way, but I think I'm a little more grounded in that I have a desire to be at a place, be near my kids, and hug my kids and love on my kids. Again, God blessed me with 4 kids, 2 from a first marriage that are 18 and 15, and my oldest is going to be going off to college this fall, and she's still hoping to come out and visit me before she goes, and I'd love her to. It'd be super fun, and we'd have a great time. But I'm excited about her going off to school and going on with life, and I can't believe I saw pictures on Facebook the other day of her running cross country in junior high, and to think that was 4 or 5 years ago already is crazy. And how she's a big girl and she's a young lady, young woman even, has a job, working as a vet assistant, probably doing some unglamorous things working as a vet assistant, but I bet she's doing the best she can and doing a great job, and if she lives her current dream and becomes a vet, I bet she'll be an awesome, awesome vet. So I'm really proud of her. And my second daughter is 15. She's going to be a sophomore in high school next year. Just got her first paycheck. She's working as a lifeguard this year. And it's funny, I taught her how to swim at a swimming pool in a neighborhood I used to live in. And I don't even really know how to swim. And now she's a lifeguard. Sure, she's doing a great job. But I also have two little ones, a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, that I miss a lot, and I FaceTime all the time. And my little 1.5-year-old's learning how to talk, and my 3-year-old, who has Down syndrome, is a little developing a little slower, but he sure knows how to blow kisses and to hang up the phone on FaceTime. So he always kind of stares at me, and then he'll blow me a kiss, and then his favorite thing to do might be to blow me a kiss, and his second favorite thing is to push the hang-up button on FaceTime. And I get a kick out of that, but I miss them a lot. And so I don't know what my plans are after come October when my contract is up. I'm dreaming and talking and hoping to save a little money this summer, but it's hard to think about because I haven't even gotten a real paycheck yet. I've only gotten a paycheck from the first 2 days I've worked here. So I don't know how big they're going to be. I think they're going to be decent size. We get them every 2 weeks. I'm hoping to allocate a certain number to each ex-wife to help take care of our kids. And hoping I'll probably spend a little bit. And I'm hoping to save as much as I'm allocating to each ex-wife. And if I do, I can maybe put together $5,000 or $6,000 or something like that this summer. And I don't know if that's reality or not, or conservative or aggressive, but I like to. And maybe put a down payment on some sort of RV. Right now I'm eyeballing C classes because I think that would be enough space to live in for an extended period. There's a bunch of options in that space. There's Sprinter vans, there's A classes, there's C classes, and there's various upgrades you can have. But I think that would be really, really cool for me, for a guy that has a lot of financial responsibilities and doesn't need a whole lot in terms of space. Getting a C-class RV, if you will, or any type of RV, continuing to do my show, getting a coffee maker. Gosh, I'd love a coffee maker and get all the bags of coffee I wanted and be able to choose which type of coffee I'd have every morning. But in the meantime, we're going to have cafeteria coffee. And probably drive back to the Midwest and find a place to park my RV closer to my kids where I could visit on the weekends or take them on weekend trips or what have you. I think right now would be living the dream for me. And I don't know what location that would be, but I thought about living in Wisconsin before. And if I lived not too far north into Wisconsin, I'd only be maybe an hour and a half or 2-hour drive to pick up my kids for every other weekend or whatever we work out, and be able to spend some quality time or see them at the big events, or enjoy life as a twice divorced dad, and as a guy that didn't want to be twice divorced and always dreamed of being the dad with the white picket fence. But maybe or maybe not, we don't know what the future holds, but maybe or maybe not, that wasn't God's plan for me. And I still want to be as involved and see my kids and love on my kids and tickle my kids as much as I can. But my both exes seem to be doing pretty well, and honestly, all kids seem to be doing pretty well. And I don't know, I want to be there to love on them as much as I can. So in a perfect world, I'd buy an RV, I'd find a cool place to park it in some place within an hour of where my kids all live, so I could go to their events and do to their things and take them out on weekends and have some fun and love on them. But there's a lot of distance, a lot of time between now and then. And again, we don't know what the future holds. We do know that I'm not working today, and I'm excited about that. And we do know I'm not working tomorrow, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. And we're thinking, there's talk of going to a rodeo tonight. There's a rodeo in town in Gardner, Montana tonight and tomorrow night. I've never been to a rodeo. I think it'd be kind of interesting. A lot of the young ladies I work with have been going thrift shopping in towns not too far away looking for cowboy gear. I think I'd look kind of funny in a cowboy hat, but I might try one. I don't know. Or I might just go as me and wear a baseball hat, or maybe wear no hat at all. You never know with this guy. But you do know I'm going to enjoy some coffee. But anyway, it's Friday morning. And I am looking forward to my day. And it felt so good to be sleeping in. And I was out past midnight last night. But just knowing I could take a leisurely paced day seems so nice. Because right now I'm looking at the dining room and I can't really see in. But I'm sure the waiters are all running around and probably busy and have their sections full of customers. And are going to be at it all day. And I was fortunate to be at it all day yesterday and the day before and the day before that. People ask me about my experience here. You work hard and it's different. I mean, you've got jobs. You know, you're working 40, 45 hours a week. And right there's a bigger C class. That is a C class right now. And that's a little longer one than I would like. Probably more than I'd need. But if anyone's wondering what it looks like, it's got kind of the truck face, if you will, and kind of a roof over top where there's a bed, and usually a bed in the back, and a bathroom, and a little kitchenette. And I think I could really enjoy that life. And I think it'd be fun to continue to shoot my videos. And if I needed to keep waiting tables, I could maybe wait tables in Wisconsin or what have you, or work out a schedule. We got a guy painting lines in the pavement. It's going to make some noise. I don't know if that noise is too disrupting for you. Maybe it's God telling me to wrap up my show. Probably is. I like to look at things that used to annoy me. That would have really bothered me 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. But I've gotten a lot better at not getting agitated. I get a little agitated. I wish he wasn't making noise. But instead of getting all bummed out, I go, hey, maybe God's telling me it's time to wrap up my show. Drink one last sip of coffee. Go get another one. Again, it's Friday morning. I am excited about my day. I may or may not go to the rodeo. I may or may not go to Gardner. I may or may not do my yoga class, or may not do a whole bunch of things. But one thing I do know is I'm going to enjoy the day. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm probably going to edit some videos. And I'm going to move at a slower pace today and really try and enjoy the moment. And I hope you enjoy the moment as well. I hope you're having a great, great week. I hope your Father's Day weekend is starting off well. That you're feeling good. That you're loving yourself. That you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.